I don't know who this man is that I got pregnant by because this wasn't the man that I met. But a lot of women who say that are a lot of young women because they're walking around traumatized. They've never seen a healthy marriage. They've never seen a healthy relationship. And they're probably not mentally healthy as well. And I think that's why it's very dangerous for women to walk around with low self-esteem because we are the carriers.
But I think that's where things kind of get complicated in these conversations is we tend to take things to the extreme, right? It's either he's treating you amazing or he's treating you terribly. Sometimes it's just an indifference. And as women, we know that indifference isn't a good treatment. You don't feel supported as a partner, you don't feel loved as a partner, you don't feel attended to as a partner. Especially when you're pregnant, you feel that much more vulnerable in that kind of position. So even just being indifferent is problematic. That doesn't mean that you are a good partner. It doesn't mean you are a terrible partner or a bad partner, but you are not a good partner by definition if you are just flat out indifferent. And I think that happens way more often than any of the extremes where somebody just gets a little bit too comfortable, they're not attentive the way that they used to be, that honeymoon phase is done, and so the things that were happening that got us into this position in this place kind of stop. So I don't know that we have to qualify him as being bad. I think if he's just not doing his job to par or to the expectations he set or she set, then he's not a good partner. That doesn't mean he's bad.
Just
So
can we give enough room and space to address that? She is about when they got together, I think she was like 23, 24 years old. Just got out of a broken relationship, never got to heal. This is what happens when young girls are walking around unhealed. They're not able to have the discernment to tell who is a good partner and who is a bad partner because they may not even be a good partner. So they're attracting people that are like themselves, correct? So maybe she didn't see the red flags until she got pregnant, and maybe the honeymoon phase has gone away. That's how a lot of women end up saying, I don't know who this man is that I got pregnant by because this wasn't the man that I met. But a lot of women who say that are a lot of young women because they're walking around traumatized. They've never seen a healthy marriage. They've never seen a healthy relationship. And they're probably not mentally healthy as well. And I think that's why it's very dangerous for women to walk around with low self-esteem because we are the womb carriers. We do carry life into this world. So when you have a lot of women that are broken or a lot of women that are settling or a lot of women who are thinking low of themselves, that woman could get pregnant and bring life into this world by just anybody who tells them, the first man who tells them that they're pretty. So I don't believe women should. I just have a little grace for a lot of the young women out there because they really are walking around unguided and they have wombs. And an unguided womb is very dangerous because you'll find yourself at 25 with three or four kids and four baby daddies, and you don't even know how you even got there. So
I want to jump
and
in.
a lot of these women are coming from single house, like single home mom, like single house. I can't even get my words right. They're coming from single homes, right? And they might have seen a lot of guys come through the house with their moms. So a lot of these women are just a product of their environment. And if you don't see a healthy relationship, and if you don't even know what that blueprint looks like, it's easy for you to get misguided. And we're talking about our frontal lobe is not even fully there until we're 25. So yes, she's gonna make a lot of mistakes. And I'm not justifying the behavior, but I'm just saying that these are things to take into account. Like if you don't grow up a certain way and you don't see things a certain way, you are just playing life out and however it comes is however it comes. Like you're misguided.
25, I feel like, yeah, we could say, we're all living life for the first time, right? But I think it's fair to say that by the time we make it to that age, we can kind of look around and make decisions for ourselves based on the experiences of others, based on things that you've seen. So I feel like that's a little bit of a cop out because at 25, like, you're on your second baby daddy. And if I'm not mistaken, this is someone that she knew before, ever since she was younger. So, like, you wait until you get pregnant with this man to now decide that he's not a good enough partner, but he's good enough for you to bring forth life into the world for. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And again, I feel like there's very much a chance that she might be still like, I'm hopeful that they end up back together and that maybe he makes an honest woman out of her. She said there are some things that she just can't deal with. And I think earlier when you were talking about it, you said something about maybe he should go get like I don't know if you want to play it, but
yeah, let's go ahead and play it. Let's
say something real quick.
Wait, you said somebody was trying to pay you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. So I just wanted to say, like, okay, there's a child involved, right? Well, two now, because he was taking care of the first one that she had. And sometime, like, if she had did it the other way and had the baby, got married, had the baby, the same situation, but they got divorced, it's like we'll be saying something different. Like, well, she got, at least she got married first. And it's like the marriage or the commitment does not change who the person is. And the fact that she chose better, like, she chose better this time because this guy actually takes care of the children, right? So there is some growth in that. And then I wanted to kind of just remind everybody, like, we've been listening to Mary J. Blige since I was a kid. She's been in abusive relationships, singing about it since I was a child. Nobody condemns her for it. It's like, oh my God, Mary, and I feel, we feel it, but it's like we don't condemn her for it. Why? Because there was no baby produced in the situation, and we know these men she was with are abusive and steal her money and go cheat and have babies with other women. Like it's like we using the baby as a way to like blame her, and it's like really a whole life that's going to be taken care of. The dad's a good guy. She has the money to take care of it. I don't understand the attack, like that.
You know what? You're right. If you look at Mary J, nobody blames her for her divorce or choosing. Like nobody blames her for choosing that type of man.
But it only impacts her. The fact that she didn't have any children is great, because the outcome of those relationships will only affect her, and she's the one that is going to have to do the healing individually, right? But when we are doing things, when we are, especially as parents, when we make decisions, our decisions don't just impact us anymore, it impacts our kids. And so in that regard, that's why I find it to be a little different, because there weren't any kids involved. It's not that we're praising Mary J. Blige's decision making and the men that she chose, because those guys are basically the same. If you want to call them Pookie and Ray Rays, both situations are the same, in that she chose a guy that wasn't the right guy, married the guy that turned out to not be the right guy. Summer Walker did the same thing. So it's not necessarily the choice making that one is getting away with than the other. I think it boils down to the fact that at least Mary J did not have any kids by these said guys. And now only the healing that she has to do is within herself, not another generation of broken homes like she grew up in.
I think a lot of the difference don't know how to protect their womb as well. Even when a lot of parents are not sitting down with their daughters and talking about sex, how to protect they just shame them and shame their bodies and shame them into thinking to not have sex. You tell women don't just have sex with anybody. Oh, is there an echo?
Somebody has their phone, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of women, they don't know how to protect their womb. When a man say, "Can I take the condom off? Can I, I love you. Can we be closer with each other?" And a lot of women feel like that's their only way because they don't know how to love. They don't know what love is properly. So they think that using protection and being close to that man, they think that that's a way of showing him how fully unclothed you can be with this person, how fully you can show him your desire and love and loyalty and risking your health, your life, and everything. You're giving your all to this man to show him how much you're willing to be completely naked in front of him. I hear a lot of women say like, I didn't tell him no because I didn't want him to think I didn't love him. So then you start the love making process, and love making is meant to have a baby. But a lot of young girls, they see things around them like it's okay to do that. It's okay to show a man that you love him and being protected. So if you got little girls running around here really don't knowing about sex and the repercussions of it, all they see is like, oh yeah, so and so had a baby, but it's cute. They don't see the hard part. They don't see the dating process. They see that girl turning up, having fun, having their kids. I've seen it all throughout TikTok where it's like, oh, my baby thought I wasn't gonna get fine after him, and they're like, yeah, my body snapped back and I'm ready to get it popping with other dudes. And they just make it seem like it's easy, but it's not. It's very hard trying to be a single mother and date. I think they're not really getting the realistic experience, and how limited you are when you do have children.